Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get all the updates. I'm going to say for today's video, it's Tuesday. On Tuesdays, I try to test my palate, drink something different. This is definitely different. The beer is courtesy of Nerdsense. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Make sure you guys watch them and check them out. I will link to their channel in the description box below. They're awesome guys, and they do awesome videos. So this is Burlington. I feel like that didn't sound sincere. They are awesome dudes, and they definitely do have good videos. And they have a new setup, and it's fantastic. So this is Burlington Brewery, and it better be because this label screams Burlington. It's their 8th anniversary, so if anyone from Burlington is watching, congratulations on the anniversary. That's amazing. It's Spanish Cedar conditioned Pilsner. If you're a viewer of the channel, you know I don't drink a ton of Pilsners. I do like them, I just don't gravitate towards them. But a Cedar infused one? Yeah, I've definitely never had something like this. Alcohol is 5.2% ABV. I incorrectly wrote a different name on the bottom. Cedar is something I'm familiar with. Spanish Cedar specifically, I don't know if the Cedar I'm thinking of is that variety or not, but definitely something I grew up around. My grandma making a point to point out things to me and telling me, this is Cedar, you should smell it. It smells really nice. And then, so I used to love Cedar, but then I bought a house and the Cedar fence is rotting, so headache. The Cedar back porch is rotting, headache. And we're about to spend a crap ton of money fixing that back porch. So now I hate Cedar, and I hate Nerdsense for sending me this Cedar beer. I'm indifferent towards Cedar in this beer. All right. So it's got that unfiltered look to it. Yellow straw color. The head is white, not a ton. Not that I poured it too aggressively, but it's definitely a very nice white head. About what I thought it'd be. I didn't know if the Cedar would kick out. If anything, I would have thought a little bit more orange, and there's a little bit of orange in there. But yeah, it definitely looks like a Pilsner. Let's see about the aroma. All right, so you can smell the fermentation. You can smell that the hay, grass, outdoorsiness of it for sure. It's not funky, but you can see how if you kept going in that direction, you would get to the wet horse blanket thing. This doesn't smell like that, but it's on the path towards that thing. Corn. Definitely some nice corn. I can't be more specific. It's not charred corn because there's no charring quality of it. I guess just opening up a can of corn, kind of like that. A little bit of Cheerio. Can't say I'm getting an extra woodiness out of it. Not think about it, and not that this process is the same. Is it Budweiser that uses beechwood or something? So maybe it's just I don't know, maybe it is that kind of similar process and you don't really get the woodiness of it. I don't know. This is me in real time just thinking out loud. I will say this, I like the aroma quite a bit, despite all that talk about how it's approaching wet horse blanket. Cheers. Thanks again, Nerdsense. And seriously, check them out. Great guys, great content. Description box below. In a word, crisp. A little bit of sweetness to it, but it definitely does lean towards that crisp. Not quite where I'd say vibrant, but crisp. Taste follows the aroma pretty well. A little bit like that corn Cheerio thing, cereal that way. You do get some sweetness, I was thinking in the aroma there was some sweetness, and then it has, I'll have to go back in, earthiness. And again, that's why I like doing beers like this on these Tuesdays. Once a week, do something where I really have to challenge myself, push myself. Right now, all I can say is kind of this earthy thing. In the aroma, it was more obviously straw, things like that. But I'm curious. Yeah, let me fight for that one a little bit more. like a lemongrass, because it's not full on lemon. It's a little bit herbaceous. So yeah, I'll split the difference. A little bit like this lemongrass. But it mostly is the other stuff I was talking about. It's got, and again, it's not like it's, and I think I've talked to Sean, maybe both guys in Nerdsense, and I've talked to other people about this too. This is not a funky beer. This is not a wild or a sour. But because I can taste the fermentation more and some other things, there's this lager funkiness to it. And that's the term I use. And then I could hone in a little bit more specific. It's like the fermentation, like when you drink like kimchi or not kimchi, kombucha. It's that thing. So to me, as someone who doesn't drink the style a lot, it's this funk, like lager funk. But it's not, again, for how much I've devoted to saying this in the Wet Horse Blanket, it's not a funky wild beer at all. But it's like the baby version of that. Like you can kind of see how like you could get to that point in a beer. Again, crisp. I like this beer. Hot day. In reality, it is a hot day. Really nice beer to have on a day like that. So I really appreciate it, Nerdsense. Make sure you guys check them out. Again, description box below. I will link to them. Have you guys had this beer before? Nothing about the cedar. No woodiness. Just to really put an exclamation point on that. But anyway, have you had this beer before? Have you ever had a beer that had cedar in it? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.